And one by one, we are back. What's up? How you guys been?
Good. Happy holidays. Happy New Year to everybody out there.
Hi.
How was everybody's New Year?
Quiet. Had a few people come over. It was just like 5 of us. But my buddy Jason, he was a pretty good cook in his own right. He won't admit it, but he made a roast and a turducken.
Ooh.
No way.
Yeah, that turducken was badass. It was
That is awesome.
I haven't had duck in forever, but
Yeah.
it was great. So it was a pretty good friends, and just my neighborhood is notorious for buying all the fireworks in the world. So we had a good display in the front yard. So can't complain.
Nice.
Yeah.
My old neighborhood that we lived in, the guy used to always buy thousands of dollars worth of fireworks and shoot them off on right in the cul-de-sac that he stayed in. And so everybody would just go over there and sit in the cul-de-sac and watch him shoot off fireworks.
Hey, I'm sure he enjoyed the attention.
Oh yeah. There's so many times that the cops would come through and they're like, "Hey, you need to stop shooting off fireworks." And he'd go, "Okay." And then they'd leave and he'd do it again as soon as they leave, and they come back and say, "Hey, you need to stop shooting off fireworks." And he'd go, "Okay." And they'd leave and he'd do it again. So finally they're like, "Look, if you do it again, we're going to arrest you." And they did. They came back and they arrested him, and the whole neighborhood was like, "Dude, just like let him go." Like, seriously. So the whole neighborhood pitched in cash and bailed him out of jail. So
He was like the
went right back out there and did it again.
He was the hero of the cul-de-sac.
Right.
I remember like South Park with Randy. I thought this was America.
That part.
Yeah.
So we are actually starting off a brand new year for Off the Record. So we're going to go ahead and make this year season 3, guys.
Yes.
Yeah,
like
season 3 of Off the Record. I think the first season was like 2 years long, but that's beside the point.
It's when we feel like these seasons now.
Right.
It's like chapters in the book. Some chapters are long and some are short.
That part.
Yeah.
That part. So who wants to tell everybody what we're doing tonight?
We got a super secret thing that we're doing. Is it still a secret if we tell it tonight? No, probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
No, we're doing a thing. We are checking out Grover's band, and I am late to a lot of this. I have not heard a lot. I think I have listened to a song or two. But admittedly, I'm a little late to the process, as always. You can ask Josh how I am about that. We were friends for like 2 fucking years before I finally gave Tragic a go. So this is par for the course.
Was it really?
Okay, I might be exaggerating a little bit. It was about a year though. It really was about a year.
I'll be damned. I didn't realize that, honestly.
It had been a minute. It had really been a minute.
Huh, no shit.
Yep.
So
and now I'm just their biggest fucking fan. I love super big Tragic fan. And I am not just saying that because this is what it is, and you might be married to the band and everything. I fucking love those guys.
But seriously, check out their new video, Dead Weight.
Yeah.
Good job, guys, on that.
Yeah, they did a really good job on Dead Weight. So I have to say that this isn't going to be new for me, seeing Grover's videos, because I'm constantly stalking the Facebook page because I am a big fan of Grover's band, Excodex. So I stalk their Facebook and their YouTube all the time, and I always see what type of new videos are coming out. Oh, look at the fancy tumbler. I got an Excodex t-shirt, actually. But yeah, so for those of you who have not heard Excodex, holy shit, for one. But Grover, I'm gonna actually shameless plug. I'm actually gonna let you talk about the band a little bit. You're in it. It's your band.
All right. Well, technically, I guess you say we're a COVID band. Me and the lead singer of Excodex, Russell, goes by Russell Rott. We've been in a few bands together, starting back maybe in 2013, and then we had another side band and side project. So we constantly work together. But I guess when COVID hit, he decided to create this new band called Excodex. The premise behind Excodex is this band's a bunch of nerds, basically. We love sci-fi, collecting toys, playing Magic the Gathering. So, we tend to write some things about a little bit nerdy things. Most of the songs are about sci-fi and space, for the most part. And you'll see that type of theme throughout the music videos. But we started, it was me, Russell, we got our drummer DJ involved. That dude, other than being a great drummer, awesome videographer, he does basically our music videos with the help of our guitarist. His name is Peck. He works with DJ. So them two getting together and creating, pretty much our what we're about according to the music videos. They do an excellent job. And then we brought in a really talented musician his name is Galen. He's our bass player, but he can play pretty much just about any main instrument out there. So drummer, guitarist, bassist, has his own solo project going on. So I like to think, with this band, we finally gathered the talent that can create this type of style of music. We had very talented musicians in the past in our bands, but I think for the most part, this is Russell's and somewhat mine. I'm kind of latching on kind of the music we always wanted to write. So, and that's pretty much right now. We're still maybe about going on our third year as a band. And then we created all this content, more music videos, just music out there, little live playing. But this year in 2025, we're planning to go balls out and try to hit a lot of shows, do a lot of content, create a lot of video with the public. So that's our New Year's goals, coming up on here. So
That's awesome. I cannot wait to show everybody your guys' videos. So before we do that, a question on that. How, being that you're part of Off the Record, but you're an active member in an active band, what is it like setting goals with your band? Do you guys butt heads a lot? Like, hey, I want to do this. And someone's like, no, we're not doing that. And you're like, oh my God, just get on the same page. Like, is there ever any of that within your group?
Well, not so much, surprisingly, because we all do have strong personalities of what kind of music we want to do. But what is awesome, I think we just finally found the group of musicians that are pretty much on the same page.
Yeah.
So, you're rowing the boat and someone is rowing the wrong direction. You're just going to go in circles. So we finally got, our guys, who are on the same page, have the same goals. Each one of us has different favorite types of music, which I think helps a little bit in this type of electronic metal scene music.
Yeah.
So we got our technical, our techno, our metal, so even a little bit of country. So so far so good. I think it's just, of course, getting everybody on the same page to do the shows, the studio recordings and all that. Not every band goes through that, but for the most part, we look at that as minimal. The main thing is we have our ducks in a row and everybody is pretty much in alignment of what we need to do this year.
Right. That's pretty awesome. I'm excited. So you guys want to jump in and see the first video?
Yeah, I do.
I do.
Yes,
I do.
let's do it.
So I'm gonna let Grover talk about the video. So do you want to? So
Hey, can we do like a blind? Because again, I'm coming into this super fresh, so
yeah,
I don't want to know anything about it.
no. Yeah, I was just
at the end.
yeah, I was gonna have Grover talk about it at the end, but the first one, the name of the song, and then I'll play it.
Okay. This one's called Sun God, and it's just a little bit about the ancient Egyptian.
Sun God Ra, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
Ra.
you'll see.
Okay, cool.
All right, here you go. Wow. Rob?
Oh, go ahead, Rob. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute.
That's our co-host. That's our co-host.
Wait a minute. Grover, are you in a fucking signed band? Have you been in a major band this whole fucking time and didn't tell us?
No, just in my
Are are,
dreams.
are you
Yeah.
touring the goddamn country and like just making it home? Every fucking Wednesday or whatever day we do this show on. Is that what's
Sunday?
going on? Sunday, whatever the fuck it is now,
I wish that was my life, but
bro.
from here to Austin doesn't really make it a world tour. But
I, I have so many thoughts. There's so much going on. I'm gonna try to articulate
thank
as
you,
much as
Ryan.
possible without going on a fucking rant because you guys know me. I love the fucking rant. I consume so much music. I sit here and I fucking scroll through YouTube, and for me, I'm gonna. Am I muted? Oh, okay. For me, I'm gonna say about 95% of the new music I see is just kind of, yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's cool. Whatever. Completely forgettable. Completely and utterly forgettable. And every now and then, a couple times a year, you find something and you go, "What the fuck was that? What was that?
Mm-hmm.
How can I get more of that in my fucking life?
Right.
I need more of that."
Subscribe
Um,
and like.
and Grover, I am being completely sincere in all my congratulations to you on what you guys are doing. Um, the production of this video is holy shit.
That's our
The the
drum.
the production of the music itself. Wow. The music. I wouldn't necessarily say that you're industrial. It's like metal with industrial elements. For me, as a metalhead, it's what I would want industrial to be. It's metal, right, with electronic elements spread, just kind of sprinkled through. Yeah, kind of that deal.
This was
um, One last thought, and I'm gonna shut up. One of my favorite moments towards the last quarter of the song, dun, 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 and
Mm-hmm.
that pause. Oh, that pause. Oh, I loved it. Those quick little stops are just, it makes, I can't use those words.
sometimes
I can,
silence
but I
can be
don't
the most
want to.
impactful thing, you know.
Yes,
Sometimes, yeah.
the quick little, completely unexpected stop,
Mm-hmm.
and then it goes back into it. Oh, it's so good.
We
I enjoyed the fuck out of that. I'm gonna shut up
well,
now.
thank you. No, I really appreciate it. I know that sincerely coming from you, so I know. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
That's usually the last song we play in our set because it is our most popular. To be honest
Yeah.
with you, on there. This is our very first music video we ever did. We did some lyric videos and some visualizers, but this is most of that is filmed in an airport hangar. Our guitarist's father, he lives outside San Antonio, and he has his own little airport hangar because he has his little solo planes that he does. So we're able to use that for the performance side of it, and then for our sun goddess Shirai, very talented dancer, by the way.
Yes.
That was filmed in our drummer's garage on the back screen,
No, it
like a
was
green screen.
not.
And then they put it all together, edited, added their effects, kind of a green screen type of thing. And then that's how it came out to be. This is also one of the first songs that we worked with a guy named Johnny McVie. He's the singer from the Browning. So he's really big in the scene for electronic metal or, on that. So he mixed it and mastered it for us. And then, and so put his little tidbits here and there, suggestions, and we came to that conclusion there.
And
So-
for anybody, real quick, for anybody who might have missed that, can you tell me the name of that band one more time that does your mixing?
Sure. The Browning, it's Brown ing. Sorry, my Texas accent gets my G's all messed up. But no, they're I like in their world where their music is, they're pretty big worldwide. You know, million followers, million views in their videos and stuff like that. And check it out. I know shameless plug, but if you check out the Blue Eiffel, like but on Blue,
Yeah.
it just put out a cover of that just yesterday. Check it out. I think it's amazing on there. So the Browning on there. So that's the one that we decided to put a music video out first for that.
Did a killer job.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's our most popular song still after 2 years. So
That's a really good song. So, Rob, final thoughts?
Damn. Damn. When you this was, I think you guys described it as industrial, and I'm thinking, Manson and Nine Inch Nails and fucking stabbing westward, right? Very dark and gothic.
Yeah, I see where you're right.
Yeah.
I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, and that's not that. It's metal.
You're right. It's not. That's where some of our bandmates and all their influences come across, because all they've done is hardcore metal. So we could have all these electronics and keyboard parts like up there, and they keep us humble. Like, hey, can you bring that down a little bit? We need to hear the guitars and bass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that does sound better. So yeah, there's that there. You're right.
I mean, it would almost be like calling early Metallica punk. They all have punk influences, but to call Metallica punk, no.
Yeah.
Well, one of his big influences is Trent Reznor. He loves Nine Inch Nails, as far as that goes. So I think that's where he tries to influence some of the electronic aspects of it.
Yeah.
And then me and him been doing music together for so long, just to symbolize it, we just say it's industrial. Maybe it's not. You're right. But his side projects, my own side project music, it's on the dance industrial sides of a lot of things. So that's kind of it's just a bad habit, I guess you can say, calling it industrial. But you're right. It's more electronic metal.
Yeah.
That would be more the proper term for it.
One of the artists that I've recently been listening to is an artist called Kim Possible, and their music is fucking all over the place. Like even they'll throw in like little 3 seconds of jazz, right? But the point that I'm getting at is it also has little tidbits of electronic throughout it, and it's just so fitting with metal. Like I'm talking traditional metal, for lack of better terms. Electronic music just fits. I love electronic music. Fucking dubstep, are you kidding me? I will listen to that shit all fucking day. To me, dubstep is electronic. It's like metal, electronic music for metalheads, in my opinion.
That was kind of like our older band called the Yakuzma.
Yeah.
That's when we had a lot of like dubstep, drum and bass, techno elements. That was more on that. But the musicians we have now tend to go more to that electronic metal side.
Absolutely.
Which I think in the long run, that's a good thing, for our band's future.
Good deal.
Yeah.
I am just so thoroughly impressed. Wow. I can't wait to hear the next song.
I think the next one you might have seen it already. But
I see. I feel like I have listened to one or two of your songs, but bro, it's been so long now.
okay,
At this point, I don't.
I will say that I've heard all of them, which is why I'm staying quiet because
Yeah.
I've completely purged their
And,
YouTube.
and I have heard you say how much of a fan you are,
Yeah.
but I'm just so I consume so much music. It's like I've got my attention span for music is terrible.
100%. No, I get it. No, I 100% I am the same way. But when I first met Grover, he had mentioned that he was in a band. And I
Yeah.
said, oh, I was like, that's cool because it was actually in training and we were doing the whole get to know everybody kind of thing. And my fun fact was I have a podcast. And Grover came back and was like, I'm in a band. And I'm like, that's cool, you know? And then he goes, sends me a message on the side. He's like, you should check us out, kind of industrial metal. And just
And
like
you're,
you, Rob,
you're like, okay.
yeah, and just like you, Rob, that was my thought. My thinking was like gothic, Marilyn Manson, Nine Inch Nails type thing. And I'm like, you know, I like that type of music. Don't get me wrong. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
That was not what I was expecting when I first heard it. Not what I was expecting. And then I was hooked. And then I started paying it like literally at least once a week. I'm on their YouTube seeing if there's anything new, or on their Facebook to see what you guys have coming up. Like that's that. And I've heard everything. So that's why I'm just kind of staying quiet because I like your raw reactions to hearing your co-hosts, you know, music practically for the first time. But I will say we do have 2 more videos that we're going to show you guys of Grover's band, Excodex. I will say that the third one is my favorite.
Okay.
I will say that much at least.
Cool.
I like them all, but the third's my favorite. You guys want to hear the second one?
Let's do it.
All right, and Grover, the name?
this one is Hadley's Hope. And this one actually is about the movie from Alien.
Don't. Rob says don't.
Wait.
Wait.
Hey, Haley's Hope?
I think it's Hadley.
Hadley. Hadleys.
Yeah, Hadley.
Okay, cool.
All right, ready? Rob smile.
You see that last little snippet at the very end? That's a connection to the last video we're gonna do.
Nice.
Easter egg there, but so that was Hadley's Hope. This song we actually wrote this one maybe a year ago, but we really didn't do much with it, so we decided to put a music video into it. So actually, that's the nerd side of us. I said this is about that movie, Alien, Hadley's Hope. I think it was Alien 3, if I'm not mistaken. So that's basically what the song's about. So all that was filmed in one shot, so no editing.
Wow.
Yeah. So the guy had one of those cameras. He had a swivel on him.
Yeah.
He was just moving back and forth, up and down. Took us a
Wow.
couple takes, of course, to get one shot. But all that was in one. And then DJ with his programs, he put that, alien stuff on us. Whatever. I don't know what the program's called.
So real quick before Rob before Rob has a duck fit coming out of his seat, Justin said, "Holy shit."
Thank you.
And Ryan says, "You guys are pretty fucking nuts. That blew my socks off."
Yeah. Nothing you want to do a cover of, Ryan. We're not that complicated. We're your guitarist. But thank you guys. Appreciate the feedback on that.
So I made notes. I made notes here. Kind of going off of what you just said, the guitar riffs. I love that the guitar riffs are somewhat straightforward, but they're not boring. It's not boring at all. It's not. It's not droning, but it's not overly technical either.
Right.
It is somewhat straightforward. It's groove heavy. Grover, you've probably heard me say this before. Music has to have groove and it has to have melody. Groove and melody. It has to have groove and melody. One without the other just doesn't work for me. It has to have groove and melody for it to get my attention. And holy shit, you guys have that. You guys have fucking groove and melody all over the goddamn place. The intro, bro. I love that building. Dun, 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 and you can hear. Like I don't know whatever the effect was, but you could hear whatever the effect was slowly being, dialed up, for lack of better terms, and boom, then everything else kicks in.
That's where the dance element kind of comes into play, because if you hear a lot of DJs and EMD producers, they create that kind of that rise to where, when the bass drops, that's when
exactly. Yeah. That's cool dynamics, though. That is cool dynamics, and all forms of music should have a dynamic, in the sense that you got to build up, and then you got an explosion of music or a bass drop or whatever it was, and then we ride this plateau for a little bit, and then we bring it down, just for a second, and then fucking put the gas back on. And again, you guys totally have that. Where can I buy your music?
It's free on Spotify, and we don't, you download it. We don't have I don't think we have a Bandcamp, but it's just we want to get the music out there.
Are you holding out on me?
We have all of our music, even our B-sides, I guess you can say, are on Spotify. We try to create a small videos for almost every one on YouTube. Since we go through DistroKid, of course it's on every major streaming platform. Yahoo Music, Apple, Amazon, you name it, buddy that goes through Distro Kid goes all.
I will say this is a big feat. We have Shane in the chat from Legacy of the
Shane.
Robot. What's up, Shane? He says awesome stuff, Grover. So that coming from Shane,
Yeah.
that's some good kudos.
Well,
And that's somebody else that consumes a lot of music. Can you think of all the fucking bands that he has over there at Legacy?
Yeah.
I love anybody's feedback, positive or negative, but the best feedback I love to hear is from other musicians. You know, because we're in a group, we're a brotherhood, sisterhood. You know, we always want everybody to kick ass, and you know, we definitely are not shy of any constructive criticism. You know, we don't get butt hurt. You know, oh, we could do this better. Okay, let's see what we can do. You know, so it's a lot of this is trial and error for sure. You know, after
Definitely.
10 plus years of writing music, so I think we finally got it's a small niche, but we finally got our niche on there. So
And going back to how you said all feedback is good feedback. You don't find many bands that actually that
he needs to twerk it next time.
Yeah, he does. He should. But you don't find many bands that will actually sit there and want to welcome that type of criticism and constructive criticism. And I think it's awesome when you do meet bands that are like, no, like, thank you. I appreciate you telling me that you hated this part of the song for whatever reason. And now you're like, maybe they're right. Let's play with it and see what happens. Like, you guys are open to that. I think a lot of other bands were like that. Oh my God.
There's always room for improvement. You know,
right.
you're never going to master your instrument, I think, you know?
Right.
So, and the songwriting, you know, we're not Mozart, you know,
right.
We're not geniuses.
We do have a comment in the section about Rob. It says, picking up on what Rob says, this is from Justin. Normally, the longer the intro, the easier it is to lose interest in a song. But the ways that one built and built and built more and more was really awesome. And when the vocals finally came in, it was like a release almost, top notch.
Thank you. No, that's credit that to Russell. A lot of us were like, that intro might be a little bit too long, bro. I remember writing it at
what do you mean it's too long?
Yeah. I remember writing it at his house and just coming up with different keyboard things for it and stuff. But he got it to where, it build up after build up after build up, and then that release. No, perfectly said, Justin. Thank you on that. So.
Hey, Grover, your vocalist, is he a What the fuck was that?
His blankie? Yeah.
What was that? I
have a ghost in my house.
Anywho, your vocalist, is he a Chuck Billy fan? Testament?
No, he grew up a lot on industrial. We're talking about Thrill Kill Cult, 9 Inch Nails, a lot of the heavy 90s, early 2000s industrial. He grew up in Amarillo, or Amarillo's further, yeah. So very, very conservative city in Texas. Like, that's the Bible Belt of Bible Belts, you know. So his release, was that industrial music,
I'll be damned.
So he used to run a venue. He did his own little thing, as a late teenager in high school. Then he moved to San Antonio, where the scene was much bigger. And we did have somewhat of an industrial scene back in the late 90s, 2000s. So he was at home, and those are his influences. Every time me and my buddy want to go to an 80s concert and we invite him, he goes, no, thank you. No, thank you. It's like, but no, he's that industrial kid,
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
His vocals really remind me of Chuck Billy, He's the vocalist of Testament.
Mhm.
Very, very thrash metal, gravelly.
Yeah.
Raw, raw, raw. That. I love it though. I fucking love it.
We get a lot of compliments on his vocals because he's aggressive, but he can still be. You can hear what he says. You know, you can still.
Yes, yeah. I've been trying so hard to pay attention to the lyrics as well, especially on Sun God. I was trying to see, where are we going lyrically? I'm gonna go back and listen to it. It sounds like I've got a lot of music to listen to.
Almost.
And
These videos kind of interlink each other. Like the last one you're gonna see is. We probably could have done it better in my opinion. Link the stories,
Okay.
but when she's holding that sphere, with the light inside, that's an actual relic back for Egyptian gods. Like the power of the sun is inside that sphere. So there's very small links, to each one, but yeah, I saw Josh's ass just cross. That lead singer ass just got me. Yeah.
So I'm excited to hear this next track.
Yeah, this next one is my favorite.
It's probably
I'll leave it at that. It's my favorite. But Grover?
This one's called Neurodivergence. This still has a sci-fi element to it. Starring me and our bass player Galen. I'm the short, stubby one. He's a little taller one, so you'll know who's who on here. But it's just us as Excodex crew, because it's not like we're the main crew, but our storyline is we have a ship called Excodex, and we have other crew members and other, it's a little lore that we're trying to create with that. But we're like on the Starship Enterprise, we're the main in that main hull there, on there. But yeah, this is us trying to discover a new planet. A little bit of story in the beginning. If y'all don't get it, I can understand.
You can explain it when it's done.
Yeah, I'll explain the link to this one and the last one, as far as.
Yes. All right, Rob, you ready? Rob? I just watch Rob's face. Every time we come back, I'm like...
Unmute, God damn it. I need more.
Yeah.
I need more. Yeah. Too bad.
The premise of that video, looking back into it, is you know how they have the speakers hanging from the tree? Well, the planet's alive, and it's sending out signals out to space for people to intercept. So we explored it, but it's almost like a trap where we're almost like a substance to keep that planet alive. So you got one guy that got the guy who touched it and everything. He got his brain scrambled and reprogrammed to do things, while me, I'm still searching, and I find an old Excodex briefcase from a past exploration from in the past. So that's where maybe some of the skeletal remains and things like that came to be. But my partner was pre-programmed to knock me the fuck out as far as kill me.
I saw that. Yes, I saw that.
And so he's now like the person to maintain kind of the planet in a way for anybody that comes back to explore. So we try to go a little sci-fi on it. Like if you notice our backpacks, they had a plant in it. That was for our oxygen.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what we were using for substance and stuff like that. And yeah, the guy who murdered me, his backpack was going haywire because of all the reprogramming stuff and all that. So he had to find me, kill me, take my energy source. That way it will last forever how long he lives on that planet as a somewhat slave to the planet.
You could write a fucking book about that, man. You could write a fucking book about that.
That's the sci-fi element there of us being nerdy. So
you said earlier that you thought it could be better. I thought it was great.
The Monday morning quarterback where we could have done this, all that was done on DJ's land. He has a few acres out in what we call the hill country. He had a RV there until someone drove up and stole it.
Oh shit!
Yeah. There's our very, very first music video. If you catch it on YouTube, that's where we filmed that as well inside that RV, and that has more of a movie element to it, like alien conspiracy type of thing. So you can check that one out. That's there. But yeah, that we shot that all in one day. We tried it before the sunlight was gone, and then that's what it came out to be. So
Justin says that was awesome. No notes, 5 stars.
Shots fired. Shots fired. I did make a few notes. Again, again, just want to touch on the lyrics. I'm really interested in going more and really listening and not just kind of tune everything else out for a little bit. I really want to pay attention to the lyrics. Like there was one lyric that I thought was really interesting. I will confuse everything you see. That is a cool fucking line, in my opinion. Something else that I made a note of. While I'm listening to it, I'm thinking, it'd be really cool if there was like a vocal harmony going on. And then I realized your keyboards, and I could be mistaken about that, but it almost sounds like it's the same note that's being played or that's being sung, but in a much higher octave. No. And that's harmony. That's exactly what a harmony is.
In most of our songs, I'm considered the lead guitarist. Okay. So there are some songs where I just lay back and I'm with Russell. You're pretty much 100% on that. I'm kind of like sometimes on live settings, our guitars does a little backup vocal.
Yeah.
But for videos and recordings, for the most part, it's mainly Russell, on that. But yeah, I try to complement my keyboards with his singing and most stuff. And he also writes a lot of it too, where he knows when he's going to sing clean, I guess cleanish. He knows exactly as far as where the keyboards maybe should be. So he's a good conductor on that aspect as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I am taken aback.
We recorded that video and the middle video all in one day. Well, let me rephrase that. The performance shots and the Hadley's was all recorded in one day in Austin in a white background screen.
No.
It's painted white completely, and it has no edges, so it kind of curves up, so that way you can get a better effects if you do anything behind that. Just a word of caution for anybody who plans to do that: do not step near the edge. That if it cracks, you are responsible for hundreds and hundreds of dollars of repairs, and possibly going out there and repainting that bitch. So just word of caution. It's awesome to do a video in front of that white wall. Just be careful. That's why a lot of us were just like me and DJ in the back. Our feet were just planted because any few steps back, we were at that edge.
Yep.
So that's why everybody was very careful. I don't know, you probably didn't, it was hard to notice, but we wore saran wrap on our shoes. So that way there's no black marks on, so you just gotta be careful if you ever work with something like that. But yeah, so those, and then of course the movie shots were done on DJ's property for this hunter. So
that's awesome. That is, I love the song, but I love the video.
Yeah.
And I remember when you released the video, you were like, "Hey Jade, check out our video," and I was like, "On it." Like, I haven't gotten to your YouTube today, so there's my excuse to go stalk you guys. But I will echo back to the beginning of our conversation how, Rob, when we first brought, you on, Grover, I told Rob, like, you're in a band, and I was like, they're badass. And I only played, I think, like one song, and I know it's bad timing, but I'm 100% that type of person that when I get excited about something, I'm like, I don't care what we're doing. You're going to listen to it really quick. And you probably aren't going to be paying attention because you're busy doing something else that we were originally doing, and that was exactly what the case was. Me and Rob were doing something. And I remember I played it and we had other things going on that I was pretty sure Rob was like, not fully listening like he is now.
Nope.
So that's why when I was like, dude, we need to get Rob's blind reaction on this because this is going to be great.
No, thank you. I appreciate any feedback.
And Grover, I want to apologize ahead of time for any random nerd texts that you get about your music.
It's okay.
There's this one vocalist who shall remain nameless, who unfortunately gets texts from me randomly all the time. Hey, man, I was listening to this song and, this, that, and the other.
You're the new one. You're the new one, Grover.
Hey, I'm down to talk nerdy.
I think one of the coolest things, so for a lot of you guys that are watching may not know, but Grover actually flew to Tallahassee to hang out with us for a little bit. He stayed for the weekend and went to the Toys for Tots benefit at Legacy at the Riverfront. And one of the cool things of having Grover here was being able to listen to him talk about music. And I thought that was one of the cool things. And not only just about his music, but the bands who played at Legacy at the Riverfront for the Toys for Tots. That was a badass benefit, great cause, great people, great venue. Like, Legacy at the Riverfront is like my second home. So having
there, yeah,
huh?
There was a shitload of talent.
Yes,
I was very impressed.
Yeah, and hearing introducing Grover to our music scene here
Yep.
was really cool, because hearing the feedback that he was giving, like, oh man, this one band and they had this one part, and then this band did this thing, and he was all about it. So, I mean, of course, we also talked about, Grover's music, and him and Josh had a whole conversation about it. And it was really cool to kind of be the fly on the wall to hear those conversations going back and forth. And that goes back to, what Shane said earlier, when he said, so true, no bigger critics than other bands. And hearing the feedback and being that fly on the wall to hear them two go back and forth about the bands that played, about Grover stuff, it was really, really cool to hear.
We have a love and a passion for what we do. The guys on the chat here, all talented, musicians. You know, I always love talking music with other people, other musicians. I got a lot to learn still. I just turned 48 a couple weeks ago, and I feel like in that in between stages of, just still learning what I want to do musically. And I love that, because my ceiling's not here, it's way the hell up here. I still got all this to learn. So hearing stuff from Josh, especially been in the scene, and I always welcomed his feedback. I know he loves what Tragic does and what he's doing, and they're kicking ass. I really thought will be really, really happy if y'all that they can make it in September here in San Antonio.
Yes.
So, but yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that with, going back to how I met you and you being like, hey, I'm in this band. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And you're like, yeah, industrial metal. And I went, okay. And not 100% that your music is not what I was expecting based off of what you told me. Do you get that a lot when you tell people like,
just because anytime I think we put electronics in the metal, it's classified as industrial.
Right.
There's so many other. It's like dance. Like, I love dance music. I write dance music, and there's so many genders of electronic music.
Right.
So I guess, to me, just to make it simple, I just say industrial. Because
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm also, one of my favorite artists is White Zombie. Zombie.
Yeah.
So I love when I first heard some of his music with some electronic elements in it and some samples and all that. That just blew my mind away. So that was looking.
I love that. And I mean, you heard it from Justin here. Justin of Tragic says, Tragic will move mountains to be in San Antonio. We can't wait.
And I told you, y'all got a place to stay. I'll be your chaperone. Got a garage to make your stuff. I'm in a safe neighborhood, but I got a garage to put y'all's trailer in. Plenty of beds. Rob, you're welcome. So,
make it a trip to Texas.
But yeah, so if y'all can make it, I already told my singer Russ, I think they're going to try their best to make it. So, and we're going to try to fill up that lineup with some good talent around everybody here. So it'll make it one hell of a show. Make it worth it for y'all's drive on here.
Hell yeah. That would be awesome. And I can only imagine, just based on your sound from your music that we hear. We haven't seen you live. I haven't seen you live. So I can only imagine the energy that you guys have on that stage when you get up there. I want to see it. I'm excited to see that.
Our first show is February 8th in Dallas. So hopefully we can knock off some rust in a few other shows. By the time we get to September, I think we should be pretty good, warmed up at that time.
That's awesome. We can't wait. Rob's like cheesing over there this entire time too.
Yeah, no, it was so good. It is so damn good, and I'm genuinely excited about doing a real deep dive. Sitting here with my fucking headphones on, and really giving it a go.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Maybe in a couple months. I don't know if I mentioned, but we're working on 2 new singles. They're pretty much done. We're just putting the final touches, just fine tuning it and everything. And we always want to put something behind it, either like a brand new video or visualizer on there. So when those are done, we love an opportunity to bring the whole band, and you get to see everybody's personalities there.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a comment. Josh says, guess I have to play Space Marine now.
Is that Warhammer? Is that the game you're talking about?
Yes.
I bought that for my son for Christmas, and he loves it. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
I guess your music triggered that for him. So
Hey, put it in the background, kick some ass.
there you go.
We're a mosh pit in the game. Circle pit.
That's awesome. Well, I can't wait to hear your new singles, and I can't wait to get your whole band on Off the Record to do an interview and talk about those new singles. Because, yeah, I'm a big fan, and I think that Rob just became a huge fucking fan.
Before the release, I know I'm probably getting in trouble, but I think the other guys do it too. Once they're ready to go, I definitely will give y'all a little the singles to listen to, because I love to hear y'all feedback before they're out in the public. So
Nice.
I'll give y'all a little a pre-party, I guess.
Perks when your co-host is in a badass band, you get all the sneak peeks.
Hell yeah.
So I'm real proud of these 2 coming up. So I think they're some of our best work.
Can I ask if any of the 2 new singles are a play off of Neurodivergence, like a story continues?
No, I don't think, like, the one song we have called Forward to Dawn, that's based on the Dune movie.
Nice.
So, and then the other one is called it's very brand new. So it really doesn't have any links to anything. It's just a whole new subject. It's called Forge Master, and it's a play on us as forge gods, making magical equipment, instruments, and shit like that.
That is awesome.
So we got, that's the one we're definitely going to do a music video for, because we got some ideas, like we're Thor and shit, with
the moment you said that, I was like, Evaldi.
Riding goats,
Yeah.
I don't know if we go that far, but that's the one that I think we're going to do a music video for next. So I'm looking forward to when we get the time to do that.
So because you mentioned it, I'm not going to accept anything less from a music video with you guys riding goats. You got to make it happen now. If at least a stag.
It'll be at the very end. Maybe Russell will get on that chariot.
Yes, I am here for it. I am here for it. Get the fainting goats too, because that would be hilarious.
No. That's the one thing that annoyed the hell out of me in that movie.
The fainting goats.
The last Thor movie, Love and whatever.
Yeah.
When they're no.
Oh my gosh, that is great.
We'll cut off those sounds.
That's hilarious. You need to make this happen. I'm looking forward for the goats.
I'm only 1 of 5, so I'll do my best.
I mean, I can try to help you get the goats.
Maybe penguins.
Hey, they won't make it back home. They'll make it to my home.
Nah. Good one.
Rob, final thoughts?
Wow. Good job.
Well, thank you.
Good job.
Yeah, at your spare time, if you're bored and want to look at other things, I think we have the link there. We've done some covers. We did a Static X cover.
Oh, have you really?
We
It's
did
really
some other
good.
covers. Yeah. Some Russell did a Mortal Kombat theme remix. Um, that one is pretty sweet. We did a guest vocal with Johnny from the Browning. So we have him guest starring on one of our songs. So these are kind of the earlier ones. Um, and then you can check out the other major, I call it major, music video that we did. That one is White Knuckle Blackout. That's about
Mhm.
the alien conspiracy, that
Yeah.
people are out to get him and all that. So that's the other one we did a lot of work on as well.
So Jade, whenever you put up the QR code, I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't really see it. Not really. Anyways, when I scanned the QR code earlier, so
Do that. The QR code that we have up that Rob is actually talking about
it's gone.
is. Oh, I'm about to put it back up.
There you go.
Uh, it will take you straight to Grover's Band's YouTube, and the link is also down there at the bottom, scrolling. So if you decide that you want to check out some more, go to it, click all the links, go to all the things, do all the things. Go check them out. I promise you guys. Like, yeah. How did that go, Rob?
Yeah. Now, thank you both. I appreciate you giving time for the band and for me, to display what we're doing at this moment. So appreciate it. I hate toot my own horn sometimes. So sometimes it takes some people to push,
Oh my God. Let me
Yeah.
go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, so I want to talk about how this came about real quick.
That's what I was going to do too.
Yeah. Let's talk about
Great
this real
minds.
quick. So I came up with the idea of us.
Don't joke. We kind of need you.
Yeah.
I like you a little bit. Don't go nowhere.
Thank you. I came up with the idea of us randomly posting a video, playing a video on here, whoever, whatever band, whatever, and just reacting to it and giving it our thoughts. And Jade was like, "Hey, that's a cool idea. Let's do it with Grover's band, Excodex." Up.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "Yes, fantastic,
Mm-hmm.
fantastic fucking idea."
And
It's
then
like
Grover.
it's like I had the idea, and then Jade just fucking made it happen.
And then Grover goes, well, I don't want to, seem like I'm trying to take over and that my band, and I don't want to seem like I'm tooting our own horn, or what was the word he used? That I'm bragging.
Yeah.
Like he was very like, I don't want it. And I'm like, dude, you're part of Off the Record. Shameless plugs are 100,000% allowed. Like,
Yes.
100%. And you guys are too good to not be heard.
Yep.
Well, thank you.
So that's just my
I was more excited to get everybody involved, but I appreciate the good intro to our band tonight.
Yes. This is going to be a soft intro because when you get those other two out, like, oh man, I can't wait.
Yep.
I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. So for everybody who tuned in tonight, thank you. Right here is a QR code. Scan that, go to their YouTube. Down there at the bottom on the scrolly, down at the bottom, you have youtube.com/@Excodex. So make sure you go check them out and look for them on YouTube.
Every song we've done is on Spotify.
Yes, that was, Spotify they're on my Spotify playlist. I listen to you guys are on my shuffle for unsigned bands on my playlist I have for all unsigned bands. So you guys are on shuffle. You come up a lot. Definitely want to check them out. You will not be disappointed. And thank you for letting us play your videos.
Yes.
It's been my pleasure. I can't thank y'all. it's more y'all putting it together than me. So thank you.
I just downloaded the videos and hit play. That's all I got to do. And like I said, I mean, I'm a big fan. So any chance I get and any excuse I get to be like, oh, I'm going to listen to Grover's Band
Well,
Excodex.
hopefully, we'll give you much more excuses to play us in the future. So
Every chance I get.
okay.
So one thing I do want to touch on really quick, 2025 just started. We just had the new year. And I am determined to make big things happen for Off the Record. So for everybody who's watching, please keep your eyes on our socials. As things come up, we'll be posting about it. We'll be announcing here live any type of updates and stuff that we have going on, things we're going to be doing. I have a lot of ideas. I have been approached with a lot of ideas, and I can't wait to include everybody as soon as they're hammered out and official. So I'm super excited about it. So we'll keep everybody posted, but we want, if you know any bands, any unsigned bands, doesn't matter if they're in Utah or California or, you know, yeah, sure. Why not? Anywhere. Let them know about us. Tell them that we would like to interview them, help them get, a broader audience, a broader fan base, and let's get them on Off the Record and introduce you guys to some more badass bands. That's what we're here for. Support,
Yes,
support.
Exactly.
So thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate every single one of you. And Grover, thanks again for letting us play your band. And Rob for the awesome blind reacts. And go ahead, Rob.
Off the Record Music